Hello everyone, welcome to the tier list of the holiday winter sales. Now I normally don't do this, but I want you guys to know where to buy your games for the holiday season. I love cheap games, you love cheap games, so let's just look at what's the best place to buy these cheap games. Now I have only digital fronts here as they are more universal, whereas certain stores like GameStop or Walmart can be very much regional with their deals. We're going to be taking a look at Steam, which is one of the most popular places, and it will be going until January 5th for its sale. It's a really good sale. There are some great deals, like Payday 2 is $1. I mean, I don't own the game. I don't think I ever want to own the game. I bought it and returned it, but it was fun for 5 minutes. Elden Ring, even though it has been cheaper, it has been like $30 on Steam. There's also Red Dead Redemption 2, which is at $20, which is a great deal. God of War for $30. Cyberpunk also for $30. Miles Morales is $37. That's even cheaper than the first game. Rainbow Six Siege is $8. Persona 5 is $42. I'd recommend just get it on Game Pass or wait for an even steeper sale. It'll be on sale pretty soon. Sea of Thieves is $20. I mean, just looking through these deals, $20 for Monster Hunter, $11 for Phasmophobia. I mean, it just keeps going and they're good deals. I'm not really seeing any deals that are shockingly low. Albeit, I did see earlier, I saw Half-Life Alyx for $24, and that is an amazing deal. If you have not played this game, please do. If you have a VR headset, of course. Overall, I'm gonna be putting Steam in the wallet vacuum category. I can see myself going on Steam and getting lost in some of these sales, especially with some of the Valve exclusive games like Portal and Half-Life and things like that. They're really cheap. They're some of the cheapest it's ever been. Now we're on the Epic Game Store, and as you can see here, you have the Epic coupon, which is when you spend $15 or more, you actually get 25% off, and that just keeps repeating. You can just keep doing it again and again. Now, looking at their holiday sale spotlight, I mean, you have yet again Far Cry here, but you need to remember this 1979 plus a 25% off. Same thing with Goat Simulator. This is gonna be cheaper, like God of War. Yeah, even though this is the same price as it was on Steam, you need to remember this is 25% off on top of the sale. Yet again, 25% off on top of the sale. 25% off on top of the sale. Another 25% off on top of the sale. Gotham Knights. I'll make a review if you guys really want me to, though. Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Sifu. Uncharted. All of these are 25% off, along with their free games that they give you every day. Probably one of the biggest deals that you're ever gonna have on a holiday sale. I'm gonna have to say that Epic Games is still an S tier, but it is slightly better than Steam, just because it is nearly a carbon copy of Steam, but it has a 25% off coupon. Here on the PlayStation sale, you're going to have a nearly carbon copy of the Steam sale, with Call of Duty being about $60, Elden Ring being $42, Horizon Forbidden West being $40, albeit it's actually $29.99. On the website, it is $30 for the PS4 version with a free PS5 upgrade. Gotham Knights is $35, which is a bit more expensive than the Steam version. Still not worth it. Still up for review if you guys so want me to do it. The Last of Us Part 2 is on a stellar sale, being $9.99. That is insane. Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, which just doesn't want to load, is $19.99 for Deathloop and $24 Ghostwire Tokyo. Sonic Frontiers is a really fun game, just not worth $42, and it's been cheaper already. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a steal at $19. It is so cheap. It is so worth the money. It's Red Dead Redemption 2. Lego Star Wars, Dying Light, Cold War, all of these games are basically identical to their Steam sales, except what's better is that the PlayStation exclusives are at a stellar price. The first thing you see is The Last of Us Part 2 and Spider-Man Miles Morales being only $19.99. That is a great deal for a fantastic game. With that being said, I'm going to be putting PlayStation Store into the actually pretty decent pile. Now, I do believe the PlayStation Store is actually pretty good right now, with nearly identical prices to the Steam sale, along with having really good exclusive prices that beat the Steam sale. It's a pretty good deal. It's pretty great. The only issue is that some games, a handful of games, are more expensive than the Steam sale. Those PlayStation exclusives are really what made this deal so good and what made the holiday sale so worth it. Switching over to the Xbox sale, and it's not that good. Going into the holiday sale, we have pretty much the same games at the same prices as Steam, except for a few that are just a bit more expensive than both Steam and even PlayStation. Another big issue about the Xbox sale is that it is not good on its Xbox exclusives. The Xbox exclusives are quite pricey. This is a bundle, $52. Fine, but if you go to the actual game, it's sitting at $38.99, and it's still quite expensive. The same same goes for Grounded, which is right here, and it goes for $26.79, and this might even be given with an extra little boost in cost as I already own Game Pass. The Xbox exclusives are all on Game Pass, but it's a bit ridiculous in its price as the Halo campaign is still $30. Overall, the Xbox sale is a bit disappointing, the good part of it being close to Steam and PlayStation, but it is still a bit more expensive than those other platforms while having really bad sales on its exclusives. I'm gonna be putting it into the meh tier. Switching over to the Nintendo Switch, you're gonna be seeing something a bit confusing. Now, if you can see, some sales are ending in literally less than an hour as of recording this video, which kind of sucks as there are some great deals that are being missed, such as Marvel Super Heroes 2 being only $4.50. It's honestly upsetting as there are some really good deals here. For Borderlands Legendary Collection, pretty sure it's $10. Now, I would never recommend someone to get NBA 2K23 on their Nintendo Switch, but that's an option if you want it. A good chunk of the better sales, though, are going to be extended. You'll have a few more days to grab them. See, like BioShock, it is a fantastic game, and for only $10 for all three. One thing that I really am disliking about this sale is if you look over at all these prices, a lot of them have a good amount of Switch tax. For example here, Dying Light is only $10 on all other consoles and platforms, whereas here it's $20. Now there is one thing I want to see when we look at all of the Nintendo exclusives, as none of them are on sale. What a wonderful holiday deal to have not a single Nintendo exclusive on sale. This is honestly pretty sad. Why are they still $60? Now, a lot of these games are still on sale physically, at least in my region. I'm hoping that eventually a lot of these exclusives go down in price at least $10 to $20. I'm gonna be putting it in how did we get here. Putting it in this tier is a bit iffy for me, as I do think there are some good deals on the console. For example, I'm going to be getting Goat Simulator. I know that I am. It's $6. That's pretty good. Switch tax is absurd. There are games on all of these other platforms that are just so much cheaper, even though it's the same game. It is also made worse by the fact that Nintendo Switch exclusives are still not on sale. $60 for each game is absurd, and still considering that I'm recording this the day after Christmas, it should not be off sale. There are still people getting Switches, you know, opening their Switches, getting their Switches, and looking at the store and saying, what should I buy? And Nintendo not having any sales on their big games, it's kind of sad, it's kind of absurd, to be honest. Now, this is my personal tier list. You guys can believe differently, of course, but this is my idea of where to buy games, and personally, I think that the PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Game stores are probably the best places to buy games for this winter/holiday sale. Now, I hope you guys found a good deal in this sale, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, please hit the like button and subscribe down below, and until next time, peace out.